So you have to start to go deep inside and ask yourself, can I give myself this 1 year to build who I am? Let me be very clear, there's a huge price success demands out of you and not everyone is willing to pay. Right in the beginning, the first 3 years, 2011, 12 and 13, when I became a life coach, I left alcohol for 3 full years. And I can tell you, in every party by 12 o'clock, I was done. I was tired, I wanted to go home. And my friends used to be like, you're so boring, we don't want to hang out with you. Oh God, Puja, now you'll go sit in one corner. And you know what? How to kill FOMO. FOMO, for those who don't know, it's fear of missing out. I'm sure this lingo most of you will know. See, honestly, for me, the most important conversation is, what am I giving up for what? Okay, so there is always a price to pay for extraordinary. Okay, the mediocre world. The other day I read a beautiful quote and it really touched my heart. It said, the biggest difference between millionaires and billionaires is that billionaires say a lot more no than millionaires. Let me repeat that sentence. The difference between millionaires and billionaires is that the billionaires say a lot more no than the millionaires. That means learning to say no is a huge part of building yourself. And if you want to live mediocre, you want to show up everywhere, you want to be a part of every party. Today I was actually supposed to be in Calcutta. Do you know why my Insta Live is at 5 o'clock? Because I was supposed to land and then go and do my Insta Live. And there's a lovely party in Calcutta, very lovely people, somebody's 25th anniversary. And I just couldn't go. There was just so much work the last 2-3 days that it's just been so crazy that this morning I just woke up and I said, Puneet, neither my health nor my work is permitting me. I'm going to have to miss it. And right now he's on a boat down the Hubli River, sending me photos with my friends and making me fully jealous. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is that, every single day you are going to have a choice. A choice to build yourself or a choice to show up for things like this where it may or may not even matter eventually. So you have to start to go deep inside and ask yourself, can I give myself this 1 year to build who I am? And once I feel like, yes, I've reached that place, it takes, the beauty of life in success, the beauty of success is, it attracts people to you. So never ever worry. Rather, I would say it will attract the right people to you when you become successful, because you'll start to surround yourself with that category of people. Okay, I'm not saying you should miss something who are close to you, or I'm in no way telling you not to do that, but there are days where there is only that much bandwidth you have. And I want you to know that every time you feel FOMO, I want you to write out, what was the sacrifice made for? What did you make that sacrifice? And keep a jar next to your bedside. And at the end of the year, go through these slips, because we forget the price we have to pay for success. People think you're just going to become successful. Absolutely not. Let me be very clear, there's a huge price success demands out of you and not everyone is willing to pay. Right in the beginning, the first 3 years, 2011, 12 and 13, when I became a life coach, I left alcohol for 3 full years. And I can tell you, in every party by 12 o'clock, I was done. I was tired, I wanted to go home. And my friends used to be like, you're so boring, we don't want to hang out with you. Oh God, Puja, now you'll go sit in one corner. And you know what? That was the price of the kind of dedication I needed to have to introduce life coaching to India itself. Please know that in 2011, 12, 13, nobody knew about life coaching. Here I was spending lakhs of rupees, flying to America, learning all of this stuff, coming back. So anybody here who's feeling like you're going to start to get successful just by having everything in balance, let me tell you, success doesn't come from balance. Success comes from obsession. And for some time in your life, and it doesn't have to be forever, let me tell you that also. For 700 days to 1,000 days, give yourself up to that mission that you know you've taken birth for. And I can tell you, 1,000 days later, you'll enter the magic zone. Once you enter the magic zone, you'll start to see a lot of it becomes easy. Today, for me to do my masterclass, I can do it in my sleep. I don't have to prepare for it. I don't have to not go to a party because I have a masterclass the next day. I don't have to make the sacrifices I've already finished making. So, I don't know. I think I'm very keen that all of you start to come out of your mediocrity this year and start to make choices which ordinary people just won't be able to make. If you're a part of my tribe, I want to inspire every single one of you to make those sacrifices, write out those sacrifices. You know why I'm asking you to write out those sacrifices? Because to you, you will feel that this sacrifice nobody noticed. But I always say every unnoticed sacrifice of mine was noticed by God. And I can assure you, when nobody in your surrounding appreciates that, God is watching. And when God is watching you, when He decides to give you, what will a human being give when God decides to give you? So to every single one of you here, no sacrifice ever goes unnoticed. I know the amount of sacrifices I have made, and I can tell you God has paid me 10x for every single sacrifice. If today I look back at 2011, 12, 13 and I talk about the sacrifices I made, and if I knew this is where I was going to be 10 years from then, I can assure you God has been more than kind. So don't underestimate neither yourself nor your divine. Together, if you are on a mission to serve in whichever manner that you are, please know you're going to get paid in ways that you will look back and say, thank God I made those choices.